There's a small village at the foot of Mount Fuji where the elders have a saying: before you climb the mountain, touch the soil. Otherwise, you will forget where you have come from. I think of that often when people talk about spiritual growth, because sometimes in our hunger to rise, to become lighter, wiser, more awakened, we forget the simple wisdom of touching the soil. You want to meditate, read, or practice stillness, and suddenly old emotions rise up like dust. You feel expanded and yet unsteady, peaceful one moment, restless the next. What if that is not failure? What if that's your soul asking you to grow downward, not just upward? Let's talk about the quiet balance between awakening and staying rooted, the sacred art of being both light and grounded. We rarely speak about the messy side of awakening, how clarity can feel like loneliness, how awareness can strip away your old sense of belonging. You start to see life differently, and suddenly the noise of the world feels too loud. You may even find yourself yearning for stillness, but unsure how to live inside it. This is the paradox of spiritual growth. It asks you to expand and dissolve, to let go and hold steady, all at once. And that's why grounding isn't optional, it's essential. Because awakening is not about escaping your human life, it's about inhabiting it more fully. There's a Sufi saying I love: the tree of the spirit grows skywards only when its roots are deep in the earth. The higher you rise in awareness, the more your life asks for some rootedness. Without roots, the wind of insight can turn into a storm of confusion. True awakening is not about detaching from life, it's learning how to live within it, so deeply and consciously that even washing your hands feels sacred. Grounding is not regression, it's integration. It's how the light of the soul learns to live inside the body of the world. The Buddha's great revelation didn't come from years of denying his body. It came after he stopped fighting it. Under the Bodhi tree, he ate, he breathed, he felt the earth beneath him. And then enlightenment came like dawn after a long night. Your body is not an obstacle to awakening, it's your compass. Every breath, every heartbeat, every step you take, these are small living prayers. So the next time you feel scattered or overwhelmed by spiritual awakening, pause and simply return to your body. Feel the soles of your feet against the ground. Take one breath in through your nose and exhale softly through your mouth. You can whisper to yourself, I am here, I am home. Because no matter how high your consciousness rises, your body remains the ground from which your soul blossoms. The Zen masters teach that enlightenment is not found in temples, but in teacups. There's an old Zen story about a monk who asked his teacher, what is enlightenment? The teacher replied, when hungry, eat. When tired, sleep. At first it sounds almost trivial, But that's the essence of grounded living. Doing one thing with full presence. When you wash a dish, wash the dish. When you drink water, feel it nourishes you. When you walk, walk slowly enough to feel the earth receive you. These moments pull your soul back into the rhythm of ordinary grace. You don't need to escape to a mountain or a monastery. Your kitchen, your garden, your morning breath, all are done doors to stillness. Grounding is simply remembering you don't have to chase peace. You only need to return to what's real. There's a subtle danger in spiritual pursuit. It can make us fall in love with the extraordinary and forget the sacredness of the ordinary. You might start to feel disconnected from everyday life, as though your new awareness no longer fits into your job, your family, or the simple rhythm of living. But the mystics have always said, the divine hides best in plain sight. Hazrat Inayat Khan once wrote, the soul of all religion is reality, and the soul of all reality is spiritual understanding. So you don't need to renounce the world to be spiritual. You only need to see it differently. The sound of rain, the scent of bread, the warmth of a loved one's hand. These are not distractions from your path. They are the path. To stay grounded while growing spiritually means you learn to bow, not to temples or saints, but to the miracle of this very moment. Let's take a breath together. If you can, close your eyes. Let your spine relax. Let your breath find its own rhythm. Now imagine roots extending gently from the soles of your feet, weaving down into the soil, soft, deep, unhurried. Feel yourself supported by the weight of the earth. Nothing to prove, nothing to reach, just belonging. Whisper softly, I'm grounded in grace. I'm light, but I'm rooted. Feel how that steadiness spreads through you. Not heavy, but peaceful. That's the soul remembering the body. That spirit remembering where it lives. Maybe the real secret of awakening is not how high you can reach, but how gently you can stay, because light that isn't anchor flickers, but light rooted in presence glows quietly forever. So stay close to the ground that made you. Touch the soil before you climb the mountain. And remember, your path doesn't have to look holy to be sacred. It only has to be true. If this reflection helps you breathe a little easier, subscribe to the Soul Project and join this quiet space where we rediscover what it means to live with soul. Steady, rooted, and awake.